Okay, hello everybody, and welcome back to Mass Effect.
Message coming in.
Whoa, my gosh.
Patching it through.
I'm extremely popular.
Thank you for dealing with the hostage situation,
Right,
Commander.
yep, I did that.
Chairman Burns was quite impressed by the way you resolved the situation peacefully. Your assistance above and beyond the formal duties has been noted, Commander. Fifth Fleet out.
Thank you. He makes it sound like something, you know, it's been noted. Like, dun dun dun. You're gonna get a promotion. But not once do I get a promotion, ever. Which is fine. I think I do more. I wouldn't want a promotion. Like, if I had an option to get a promotion and then I had the option to, like, do it or not, I'd be like, nah. Because I feel like you can do more. Look at, see? Mass Effect 4 is gonna be in the Andromeda Galaxy, which is the closest galaxy to the Milky Way Galaxy. I don't know which one it is, but it's one of those. Maybe it's that one. I can't even remember what kind it is. I wanna go. That's like the Sol system. I wanna go to a really far one. Kepler Verge, let's go there. Ooh, it's like two colliding. It is two colliding galaxies. Nice. I don't think we have anything in the Kepler Verge. That's why I'm going. Because I don't want to do anything. I just want to explore.
Message coming in.
Golding!
Patching it through.
I've received some troubling information.
Hack it!
Someone is killing former Alliance
Whoa.
scientists. There have been 4 deaths in the past month.
What's that all
Former
about?
scientists. Sounds like someone has a project they'd like to keep secret.
All 4 scientists worked on a classified project on a cruise. There was a brutal massacre there years ago. An entire unit was killed by Thresher Malls.
Right.
It was classified as a natural hazard, but the project dates coincide with the attacks.
This is what I thought. You only had to do this one if you had taken the Soul Survivor route, but I guess it just depends on like your level of involvement in it. It's either like, you know, oh hey, there was a massacre on a cruise or something, or it's, hey, remember that when your unit was taken out?
You think these scientists had something to do with the attack?
I'm not certain what I think, but it's worth investigating. There was one other scientist on the project, Dr. Wayne. I'm transmitting his last known coordinates. Good luck. Fifth Fleet out.
Fifth Fleet out. Antaram, I remember. We go to Antaram in Mass Effect 3, don't we? Yeah, I can land, though Antaram's surface is uncomfortably hot. Its nitrogen its nitrogen oxygen atmosphere and abundant shallow seas make it an ideal candidate for habitation by most known species. Woo! Unfortunately, the orbit of the moon funnel has been slowly decaying since the system coalesced. Its proximity is beginning to have tidal effects, and its dynamo-like revolution through Terram's magnetic field is generally increasing powerful electrical storms. Yeah, right? That's the one where we had, like, there was like a communications outpost here. While some have suggested emplacement of Mass Effect drives in an attempt to lighten the moon and correct its orbit, the scale of such a project, tens of thousands of drives costing enough to bankrupt the governments of all the Citadel races makes it a pipe dream. A multiracial effort is underway to catalog and preserve the unique genetic diversity of Antaram's vibrant young biosphere. Exogeny Corp and Heiyuan Genomics represent the Alliance's share of the effort. Is this where he was? I don't know. Glencory. It's like a Scottish name. Is a rock and ice planet with an atmosphere composed of chlorine and argon. The frozen surface is mainly composed of potassium with deposits of iron. Glencory is famously claimed by the eccentric Volus billionaire Kuman Scholl. He claims that a vision of a higher being told him to seek on Glencory the lost crypts of beings of light. These entities were supposedly created at the dawn of time to protect organic life from synthetic machine devils. Scholl has been excavating on Glencory's toxic surface for 2 decades at great expense. No government has valued the world enough to evict his small army of mercenaries. Interesting. Lost beings of light from synthetic machine devils. Matriarch's writings recovered scans of the planet Kankori revealed the cockpit of a Volus trading vessel. There are no signs of the rest of the ship. Wow! Just the cockpit, but the salvage team discovered one of Matriarch Dilanaga's writings in the ship's systems. Interesting. Wow, it's like sideways, isn't it? Yeah, it's like Uranus. Juncro is a hydrogen-helium gas giant with traces of chlorine and sodium in its atmosphere, like Uranus and Solar System is tipped on its side. Yeah, in quotes, yeah. Its north pole facing the star Newton. Gas deposit, surprise! Has a large concentration of hydrogen. And a Saturn planet, Seismos. Holy crap! That is beautiful. It's an ice store for all its surface composed of almost entirely of frozen water. Normally, a planetoid this small would not rate inclusion on the system's charts, but Seismos' unusually large and beautiful ring of ice crystals has made it a popular subject for visual artists. The ring is the result of a glancing equatorial impact which left a large trench and threw a great deal of melted water to the atmosphere. The rings are a temporary feature that will completely decay in a few thousand years. That is a gorgeous planet. I've never seen one that's like solid ice like that. That is fantastic. I don't really want to land. Nah. It's not land. Colliding galaxies. So cool. Let's go to the... Oh wow, we gotta go to a big circle. Oh wow. It looks like that one, like the eye of something, like the nebula. Century. The Hawking data cluster. Of course, he's an entire cluster named after him. Don't message me again.
Message coming in, Commander. Big surprise, the Alliance needs you.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett with Alliance Command. We've
Oh
got a
my
mission
gosh,
for you.
I can't go
An Alliance
anywhere without
officer
you
named
guys.
Major Kyle has set up a small compound in the
Oh,
Hawking data
right.
cluster. He's attracted a number of followers.
Yeah, I've already got the
mostly
email for
biotics.
that.
He's become an outspoken critic of the
How
Alliance.
come it's like a bunch of
and we
biotics
believe
that we're having to
he's
fight
mentally
against and
unstable.
not like
This could be
rogue
trouble,
engineers?
What kind of proof do you have that the Major is dangerous?
3 days ago, we sent 2 Alliance representatives to meet with him at his compound. They've disappeared. We believe Kyle and his followers killed them.
Yikes.
That compound is a cult, Shepard. They call him
Oh,
Father
yep,
Kyle now.
that's a big
He set
flag.
himself up as some kind of religious leader.
What were those Alliance representatives going to talk to Major Kyle about?
They wanted to bring him back to an Alliance facility for treatment. Major Kyle served us faithfully for many years. We weren't going to
Were
abandon him.
you?
Given his state of mind, however, he probably saw them as a threat. We're almost certain he had his followers killed him.
Yikes.
You said his followers were biotics?
Yes.
gonna
Major
say,
Kyle
is
never
he
showed any
biotic?
biotic tendencies himself, though. I think he's just latched onto a group he identifies with.
Huh.
Many biotics feel marginalized or ostracized by society. Kyle probably sees them as victims who need his protection, and they see him as someone who will fight for them.
I see.
Unfortunately, he's convinced them that the Alliance is somehow responsible for all their problems. We can't let him go on like this.
What else can you tell me about Major Kyle?
He used to be a model soldier, but something happened to him at Torfin. Too many Alliance soldiers died under his command. Couldn't cope with the guilt. His psych evaluations showed he couldn't handle the stress of command anymore. He was given an honorable discharge in early retirement. We'd hoped he would get better in time, but we underestimated how far gone he was. Now it looks like it's too late.
Well, look
I'll
at
deal
that.
with Major Kyle for you, Admiral.
We don't want this to turn into a massacre, Commander. Kyle is dangerous. I trust you to use your judgment. Hack it out.
Tamahara. Ooh, look, a little moon. Prescott. Clendagon. Wait, there's an asteroid belt. There wasn't an asteroid belt in the other system, was there? Ah! Scan. Metallic asteroid. A metal ridge asteroid. Heavy metal survey. While scanning this asteroid belt in the Hawking Eta cluster, you detected a large deposit of palladium. Boil. Another ring planet, Theropto. moving quick. Look at that. It's a typical hydrogen helium gas giant with traces of chlorine and sulfur in its atmosphere. There's over 100 moons in an extensive ring system composed of polarized rock, presumably the debris from shattered moons. Look how fast that thing's moving, though. That's pretty cool. Kind of want to sit here and stare at it, you know? Oh man, going into space would be awesome. Oh, while scanning the planet Tharopto, you discovered a tiny moon with some odd readings. Further scans by Chief Engineer Adams revealed a destroyed escape pod. Your salvage team recovered the components and found a League of One medallion. Alrighty. Canctra. Survey. Oh, it's spinning the other way. A terrestrial world of average size, Canctra's atmosphere is composed of nitrogen and argon. Its frozen surface is mainly composed of tin with deposits of calcium. Aside from some spectacular formations of water ice pools, the planet has little to recommend it. See, now water ice is hyphenated. Light metal, found a significant deposit of cobalt. Fantastic. Glendagon. Whoa. That's an unhappy looking planet. Glendagon is an extraterrestrial, slightly larger than Earth, but with a lower density that reflects its relative lack of heavier elements. The crust is composed of tin and aluminum, with wide deserts of dust fine sand that are easily stirred by the wind. Glendagon's most striking feature is, of course, the Great Rift Valley that stretches across the southern hemisphere. Of course, what is most fascinating about the rift is that it does not appear to be natural. The geological record suggests it is the result of a glancing blow by a mass accelerator round of unimaginable destructive power. This occurred some 37 million years ago. So, yeah, I mean, that was way before the 50,000 year cycle that we sort of established as, like, when Liara said that the Protheans disappeared. It was way long ago. What used to be here? Press on. I can land? It's the moon of Clend. Oh, is this the where the guys are? It's a frigid, barren world with an extremely thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and ethane. The crust contains plentiful deposits of heavy metals. The Alliance has open bidding to the moon's mineral rights, but exploitation will be complicated by the system's proximity to the 5 kiloparsec ring around the galactic core. Alright, because right now we're really close to the galactic core right now. The ring is an area of intense star formation and too dangerous to safely travel. Presop's landscape is a nightmare of jagged, overlapping ridges and geological shock zones created by some ancient disaster. This has not deterred a generation of illegal wildcat miners from attempting to exploit the moon's mineral riches. Unfortunately, many have lost their lives. Tamahera. Wow, it's dark. Tamahera is a thin atmosphere of carbon dioxide and xenon. The surface is icy and composed of sodium oxide with deposits of calcium. It contains few unremarkable metals, but mainly consists of rock. The presence of canyons and floodplains indicates that liquid water once existed, suggesting Tamahera had a thicker insulating atmosphere in the past. So this system was like totally over time, apparently. Right, it's a metallic asteroid. I'm not gonna worry about chasing down anybody right now. I just wanna look around. Kepler, let's go to the Armstrong Nebula. It's like complete opposite of the Hawking Eta. Because it's like I mean that is actually like super close to the galactic core, and this must be the 50 or the 5 kiloparsec ring or whatever. Yeah, here, yeah, you wouldn't want to live anywhere close to here. This is probably about as close as you want to get.
Message coming in.
Oh my gosh!
Patching it through.
I don't remember this happening before.
Normandy, Admiral Hackett here. We're getting reports of a marked increase in Geth activity in the Skillian Verge.
I don't care.
Surveillance drones have identified Geth outposts on 4
Give me
different
some
planets in the
surveillance
Armstrong
drones.
cluster. We need someone to take them out.
I don't wanna.
We have any idea what they're after?
Hard to say. They may be just gathering intel on us. Or maybe they're setting up staging grounds for hit-and-run attacks on human colonies.
It could be the first wave of an invasion.
Let's hope not.
Haha,
need
let's
someone
hope
to
not.
investigate
Haha,
this, Shepard.
let's just have the
Finding
entire
Sarah is still your
alliance
top priority. But you've got experience
live on
fighting the
hope.
Geth. You're the logical choice to take out these outposts. We're transmitting all the locations of known Geth outposts in the Armstrong.
I think I remember
cluster
getting
to the
this
north
one and
of
I
you
never
now.
completed it.
Admiral, hack it out.
Because fighting Geth from my car is redonkulous. Wow. Alright, he said, okay, he said the 4 systems, right? Terashkala, Vamshi. Let's go there. It's on the edge of the cluster. Maji. Prego. Alamos. So this sun's a little bit more yellow than the, well, no. Oh, it's pretty white. It's got a bigger glow, though. Ooh, cool. Alamos is a hydrogen gas giant with traces of sodium darkening its atmosphere. Oh, okay. Strange. It's cool looking. Maji. Land. Oh, right. No. Maji orbits the Vamshi binary giant stars. Vamshi A is a blue star of spectral class A4111, which or A4, is that 3? Is it Roman numeral 3? Which burns at half again the temperature of Sol. Vamshi B is an aging red giant. Wow. Oh, I see them now in the picture, but they're not in the on the map that I can see. Well over 220 times the size of Sol. Maji has a thin atmosphere of methane and carbon monoxide. The difference in temperature between the atmosphere facing the suns and that facing deep space causes constant wind, stirring the silicon and sodium dust on the surface. Unsavory characters from the Terminus systems occasionally use Maji for forms of cruel sport, dumping slaves, hostages, quarreling shipmates, or even when bored vicious animals on the surface. One must kill the other before they will be rescued from the lethal radiation on the giant star. Wow, that sounds like a really pleasant place to go. Survey! Prego is an enormous terrestrial world with an atmosphere of chlorine and ethane. Its surface is mainly composed of sulfur with deposits of aluminum. No landing has ever been attempted. Let's do it! Or not. While scanning the planet Prego, you discover several marker buoys orbiting it. Chief Engineer Adams secured some high-res optical images of the buoys, which appeared to have been neglected for some time. Each one was marked with the Batika colony insignia. Okay. Alright then. Let's just take a look. Yeah, let's just look. This is a bigger one. Traeger? Traeger is a tiny ice dwarf with a trace atmosphere of xenon and krypton. The frozen surface mainly composed of water, ice, and ammonia. Cryovolcanic processes are gradually repaving the surface with sheets of fresh ice. Okay. Light metal, deposit of lithium. Theshaka. Gas giant? Yeah! Theshaka is a standard hydrogen helium gas giant. In the past, it was often used as a drive discharge point for pirates raiding human settlements from the Terminus systems. In 2170, the Alliance set up a network of covert sensing devices on Thesaka's moons. Recordings of pirate FTL exit vectors over the course of 6 months led to the Alliance Navy to 8 major pirate anchorages. Since then, the Theshaka raids, no ships from the Terminus have been reported in the Hong system. Fancy! That's kind of a pinkish one. Matar. Ooh, a green one. Matar is a terrestrial planet with a thick atmosphere composed of nitrogen and krypton. Its frigid surface is mainly composed of sodium oxide with deposits of copper. Because of noxious surface gases, explorers are warned to use extreme caution. Matar lacks a magnetic field. Oh, this makes it useless for discharging FTL drive cores in orbit. Energetic particles of solar wind from Hong strikes the upper atmosphere directly, ionizing the krypton. This gives the planet its distinctive minty green-white hue. Okay. Wow. Weird. Matriarch's writings recovered. Scans of Matar revealed debris from a destroyed Asari freighter. Further scans uncovered a body which was brought on board. Dr. Chakwas examined it but learned nothing about its origins. We should give it to an archaeologist. They would figure it out. Among Asari's personal effects, however, was one of Matriarch Dilinaga's writings. Is that the only one? Is she the only one we're getting writings for? I didn't know if there were multiple. Caspin. Ooh, that's a cool one. Oh, I can land. It's a classic. Oh, I think I remember landing on this one. It's kind of like freaking fire raining down. It's a classic pre-garden terrestrial world with conditions similar to those on Earth millions of years ago. Its hot, humid atmosphere is mainly composed of nitrogen and carbon dioxide. An increasing amount of the surface is covered by simple lichen and algae. Should no unexpected calamity occur, these tiny plants will change the atmosphere into an Earth-like nitrogen-oxygen mix over the next few millennia. Due to its potential for future habitability and sapient life, Caspian has been designated a sanctuary world by the Citadel Council. Landing is prohibited by law, and any disturbance of the fragile young ecosystem will result in harsh fines and imprisonment. At present, the planet is passing through the debris trail of a long-period comet. Well, woo, and we have a land option. Then I'll probably get there. But, sorry. I'm a spectre, I can do what I want. Palmol is an enormous terrestrial planet with very dense atmospheric carbon dioxide and sodium. The surface is scorching hot and mainly composed of sodium oxides and deposits of nickel. There is evidence that Palmol was once covered with broad, shallow seas. Should a probe ever be sent to the surface, a check for an ancient fossil life might prove valuable. Why can't they do that then? Bleh. I checked that one. Okay, this is a pretty one too. I wonder if it was it's like this galaxy has like consumed this galaxy, or if it's just one galaxy that's been, you know, the different kinds of particles being lit up differently. Tereshkova. I can get by on German pronunciation, but anything that looks Russian, I can't do it. Ooh, asteroid belt. Yay! Never let me down. Scan. Carbonaceous asteroid. It's a dark asteroid of carbonaceous material. Medallion! While scanning the asteroid field in Tereshkova system, you picked up some anomalous readings. After some daring maneuvering by Joker, a small team was able to recover some debris from one of the larger rocks. Among the items discovered was a League of One medallion. I wish I could do that, you know, like be like, oh hey, let's land on this asteroid. Because that would feel like Star Wars to me. I always remember the Millennium Falcon going through that asteroid, and then there was like a freaking worm thing in there and it tried to eat him. It says Star Wars, right? That's what I meant. Is this planet purple? Marlon, it's not purple up close. Aww. Marlon is one of Tereshkova's two outer worlds, significantly removed from the rest of the system with unstable elliptical orbits. It is thought they may have formed within 3 astronomical units of the binary stars, and were hurled outward due to the instability of their orbit. Marlon is a hydrogen-helium gas giant with significant quantities of sodium in the upper atmosphere, giving its distinct gray color. From a distance, it looks purple. My wiener. Did they do that on purpose? Ma Winor is the second of Tereshkova's outer worlds. It is essentially, whoa, yeah, it's a pretty distinct pattern of rock down there. A rock of unremarkable ores, some deposits of water, ice, but no minerals of value. The frozen surface is composed of silica. Like the gas giant Marlon, it's thought that Ma Winor formed too close to the Tereshkova stars and was thrown outwards by gravitational effects. Computer models suggest it will be ejected from the system in a few 100,000 years. Weird. Like, you just see like a planet. It'd be so weird to see like a planet just floating out in space, like not connected to a star, you know? That'd be really weird. The Goose survey! The Goose has a terrestrial world with an atmosphere of chlorine and krypton. Its surface is mainly composed of silicates with deposits of carbon. The Goose has a low mass for its size and is tightly locked to star Tereshkova A. The temperature difference between the somewhat hot and the dark side cold pole creates constant gale force winds. Heavy metal, found some mercury. Heavy metal, baby. I wish it would actually show me the 2 suns. It doesn't do that. Patamalaris survey. Ooh, wow, it's pretty yellow. It's bright, very bright. It's very similar to Venus in terms of pressure and temperature. Unlike Venus, however, Patamalaris' atmosphere has a significant quantity of oxygen, both free and bound in sulfur dioxides. The surface is largely composed of magnesia with deposits of carbon. It is possible, if unlikely, that simple life may be developing on Patamalaris. Computer modeling suggests that the powerful solar winds from the Tereshkova stars will blow off Patamalaris' atmosphere in a few million years, lowering the temperature in the surface to the -70s. Celsius, I assume. Survey! Heavy metal! Found some iridium. Yeah, we got that. Oh, I forgot you, planet Unsalara. Ooh, you're purple-ish blue. Purple-blue. It's a small hydrogen gas giant, has unusually low volume of hydrogen, which glows purple when ionized by the solar wind. Unsalara's convenience as a place to dump dry charge has left its orbit littered with debris dumped overboard by visiting crews. Lame people. brooding. Such a pretty planet. Antibar, land. Or not. It's a cold terrestrial water with an atmosphere of methane and argon. Its frozen surface mainly composed of irons with deposits of magnesium. It's been noted as a possible target for long-term terraforming. If the atmosphere could be increased to the thickness of Earth, the global average temperature would rise by 10 degrees Celsius. Well, where is it at now? Oh, that doesn't seem like it'd be warm enough. Antibar's combination of low temperatures, high-speed surface winds, and low visibility make it dangerous to explore on foot. I believe you. Okay. One more. We'll visit this one, and then maybe we'll do something else. Nah. I keep feeling like I should play something like Elite Dangerous. Have I mentioned that? Where, like, literally all if you want, you can just be an explorer running around. I keep getting more and more tempted to play it. Junthor, we're in Gagarin, Solgalagar. Ooh, a green one. Rumagon. Whoa! Green. Like Joker green. Like Joker, Batman Joker. And freaking lime, freaking evil green. Radioactive green, that's what it is. Anti-Rumagon is a small rock and ice planet with a trace atmosphere of methane and ethane. I think it's the methane that makes it turn green. Frozen surface is mainly composed of carbon with deposits of calcium. It has been used as a crude anchorage for terminus pirates for many years. The shells of temporary drillings blasted by Alliance frigate patrols dot the surface, but always the pirates return to ground their ships drive towards, chip out some water ice, and trade slaves and stories. The deeper layers of Anti-Rumagon's interior are semi-liquid slush due to the presence of methanol. They thought that bacterium in the deep core created this natural antifreeze. Some species of terminus pirates drill through the ice crust to recover this natural alcohol. Okay. I got some cobalt. That one looks cool. Whoa! A large terrestrial planet with a thick atmosphere of carbon dioxide and chlorine. The surface is mainly composed of aluminum with deposits of nickel. Surveyors found the ruins of a technical civilization near the crater. Evidently, the colony of an ancient spacefaring race. The ruins have subsided to almost nothing, merely wind-hollowed husks of arcologies and other megastructures. In the center of the ruins was a single column whose inscriptions defied translation for several centuries. When a sorry linguist finally managed to translation, the elaborate relief carvings said merely, "Walk among these works and know our greatness." The crude scratches on the base of the riverside said, "Monsters from the id." Interesting. Well, like, there's like the id, ego, and the superego, right? Like Freud's, like sort of the way he like structured the human subconscious and the consciousness, human consciousness, really. The id, isn't that, it has id, ego, and the superego. The id is the outward, manifestation? I don't know, I can't remember. It's been a while since I've taken a straight up psychology class. Interesting. That makes sense though, in a way. It's like walk among these works and know our greatness, so they're like, you know, obviously extremely, almost past proud, just like, yes, we are great, to be in awe. And then somebody who perhaps did not agree with that in the same sort of era, perhaps a slave, called the monsters from the, sort of like from the ego. You know, basically it's an ego thing, you know? Matriarch's writing. Scans revealed a wrecked freighter orbiting one of Junthor's small moons. A recon team found no signs of life, but they did recover one of Matriarch Dilanaga's writings. Of course they did. Solgalarius. Solgalarius is a small terrestrial planet. I wonder how you actually pronounce these. Like, who has the job of like naming these planets, and then them being like the only ones who actually know how to pronounce it. It's a small terrestrial planet with a thin atmosphere of nitrogen and argon. The frigid surface is mainly composed of water ice, which can be plainly seen in the bottoms of recent craters. The dark coloration of the surface is caused by carbon and ferrous material, pushed out from the denser core by cryovolcanic processes. Okay. Rayangree. Land. Whoa, my gosh, it's bright. Freaking bright. The small, barren terrestrial world walls possesses a reasonably temperate climate, and a number of these resources no mining corporation is willing to risk investment. A rogue planetoid, dubbed VATS by the initial Solarian surveyor team, entered the system approximately 10,000 years ago and was trapped in a decaying orbit around Rayangree. It is nearing the end of its slow spiral inwards. Earthquakes and cyclonic windstorms are increasingly common on Rayangree, with within a few hundred years, the planets will rip each other apart. Some Asari travel consortiums have already announced sponsorship of cruises to observe the spectacle. You're dang right. The Asaris are the only ones who can, because freaking... they're the only ones alive now that will be alive then, and the only other ones that will be alive now and then are the Krogan, and they probably really don't care. We didn't look at that one, did we? Wow! It's like the peachiest planet I've ever seen. Like, it looks like I want a smoothie right now. It's really like a small hydrogen gas giant with large amounts of hydrocarbons in the middle layers of the atmosphere. When the Krogan Rebellion, speaking of Krogan, ended 3 millennia ago, the Turian chief of naval operations, a distinguished soldier named Mercury, declared his immediate retirement. He disappeared in what was then uncharted territory. It was only 200 years ago that his ship was found on the surface of Precious' largest moon. It had landed gently and been deliberately shot down. Of Admiral Mercury, however, no trace was ever found. Wow. That's really cool. That's why I read these, you know? You get the little stories that just make everything really... I don't know, it just really brings it all together. It's cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Plus, I just like all the science. I got tons of stuff. What was I gonna do? Oh, right. Let's look at the journal. Prothean data discs. You discovered one sought after data discs. Keep searching until you collected them all. Oh, okay, so they are Delinaga. It looks like there are many writings to be found scattered across. Yeah, I think it won't, if I keep finding the same mineral, it's like not gonna add it, you know what I mean? So I only have like 4 gases. That's okay. Keeps you looking. We got a lot going on. Yeah, I remember this. I remember looking for it and I freaking could not find it. I could do that. Investigate, engage. I haven't found an ID tag yet. Oh, okay. Novaria and Pharaoh. Maybe we should do one of those next. Garrus Rex! I feel like I don't really want to do one of those next. I kind of want to... Yeah, maybe next time we'll have to read all the codex entries we've got. I don't know, probably not this time because my voice is all sore from reading all those planet descriptions. Anyway, I hope some of you found this enjoyable. I really do enjoy all the little side things that come up, just like even just little bits of lore that you find floating around and in the basic thing that you kind of take for granted, like the planets and stuff like that. It's like, oh, pretty, but I didn't touch down on many of them because the Geth ones suck. I hate fighting Geth from my Mako because it's just like the Mako takes freaking like 2 shots and then it's like exploded, and I'm like, I would last better if I was on foot, you know what I mean? But there's rarely any cover, and you kind of need cover for something like that, so probably won't worry too much about that one. But anyway, thank you all for joining me. I'll see you in the next one.